Well, hello. Hello. I guess you got to hear the little X scroll there. I'm back here at the computer. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. The time now is 6:07 p.m. Central Time, 25th of March 2025. And I hope you're doing well. It's still Tuesday here in the States, but I'm not here to do a seismic update right now. I just jumped on to apologize that you heard whatever video was just playing. There's some guy was shaving his beard after 4 years of, I don't know, I was just scrolling and I stopped to watch it because, that's like a process. Anytime a guy shaves his beard and it's like at the request of a daughter or something, like his young daughter asks him to shave his beard, it's like, oh my God, she's probably never seen what the guy looks like. Well, he shaved it. He looked great. I can't do the beard thing, man. Never been able to do it. I mean, I could grow it, but I just can't take it. Just can't take it. I start getting all scruffy, start keep touching your face and trying to eat and all that stuff. I'm doing all right though. We're doing okay. How about that 7.0 that struck south of New Zealand? It did apparently cause some slight damage along the islands here. There's a few islands, and then there's the south coast. People felt it there. There's strong shaking in South New Zealand, but the rest of the country I don't think felt it very much. So that's good news. What else is going on? 5.0 level activity, nothing too huge to report to you. 4.0 level activity going across Europe. People are still talking about Italy with Campi Flegrei. What happened in Greece with Santorini? What happened? Man, I just turned it all off and it went away. It just went away like a bad dream. All of a sudden, it's just gone. Weird how that happens. So I hope you're doing well. I've been kind of laying low, but still around if you needed me. But there was nothing that you needed me for because literally there's been nothing going on, seismically speaking, of any significance to report. I mean, I'm not saying that large earthquakes have stopped. We're probably on the edge of a huge one, but just, it's kind of weird, right? Kind of weird, right? It's almost like they figured out a way to beam the energy out. I don't know, or suppress it. Or maybe it's going somewhere else. Maybe somewhere else is taking it in. We'll never know. All I know is that there hasn't been much need for any seismic forecasting because there hasn't been much need for any seismic forecasting at all. I mean, we're worried about fours and so forth, fours and fives in the West Pacific and United States twos. But we still have a few days to go on the U.S. Let me show you something really quick here, really, in case you didn't know. Here's our 6.0 level activity. We'll wait for that to pop back on. There we go. So this one just struck down at New Zealand, but these two struck a day and a half, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Let's just say, wait, hold on. These struck on the 21st. 3.5 to 4 days ago, these struck. Okay, so 3 to 4 days ago, these struck. 2 days ago, I got on and told you where to watch. So 3 to 4 days ago, these struck, and then that's on the first day of the watch. We're 3 days in on a 7-day watch for a new earthquake to strike here along the coast of California. If it strikes out in the ocean, they won't report it. If it sticks it's out there out in the coast, they won't report it. They literally won't report it. It will even show up on seismographs all over the place, just as like a big series of lines, and people think it's just a mistake or something. Yeah. If it strikes out off the coast, they won't report it. If it strikes on land, they have to. But they'll bring it in as a magnitude under. So when the earthquake hits here, it should be a 5.2. Even though it really is a 6 point something. If they report it. That's, again, if it strikes on land, we'll know. If they strike out in the ocean, it won't. So there's no way I'll ever know if it strikes out in the ocean because, again, we've got a bunch of buttheads up there that are deliberately not reporting earthquakes out there off the coast. Remember, they said that the axial seamount was going to erupt this year and that there was a record number of earthquakes that were taking place out off the coast. Remember? It's just a few months ago. Well, here's our 0.0 and greater earthquake feet. Here's the axial seamount. We're missing something. What is it? Oh, the earthquakes. That's right. There's no earthquakes reported out there, except for when they want to throw one on the feed just to let the public know that they're still there. But this record number of earthquakes letting us know that there's seismic signs that the volcano is getting ready to erupt. Not even a microquake, not even a zero. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, they don't report stuff off the coast. And man, that really throws everything off, doesn't it? It's kind of like not reporting the weather. Kind of messes with the rest of the forecasting. If you were to cut all the weather off the West Coast, turn off all those satellites, turn off everything, and stop the weather from, just from being able to observe it, you'd have a hard time figuring out what was coming, right? If they just turned it all off west of the United States, all the way over, and they only show the United States, you would have a hard time doing forecasting, right? So that's what's going on with the earthquakes. They're deliberately not showing us earthquakes in certain areas on purpose, just for the sake of trying to hide the progression of earthquakes, because they said there was no progression. I know. So back to it, right? I've been gone for forever. As soon as I come back, I have to start telling you the horror stories again, right? Jeez. We're doing all right. Everything's A-okay. And I